Hello everyone, this is Steve Palladino, a coaching consultant of Palladino Power Project. I'm bringing another video again on the subject of heat correction. This one is from a CP test that was done today. The athlete did a CP test in 82 degree Fahrenheit weather. He normally trains though in better conditions. Normally trains in about 70, 75 degree temperatures, and he trains indoors quite a bit. So this 82 degree Fahrenheit CP test was a little bit out of the norm for him. So what we want to do is sort of see how that would impact his CP or FTP in cooler temperatures, and then ultimately his training targets. So we had him do the CP test. Here it is on WKO4. There's a warm-up with some strides, some easy running, a 3-minute test, a little walking, a little running, a little walking, so there's about a 30-minute break in between test components, and then the 10-minute test over here. The results of those tests were 358 watts and 329 watts for the 3-minute and 10-minute tests, respectively. So what I want to do now is come back and put that in the Cycling Power Lab. And here we go. When we put that in, 3 minutes and 10 minutes, you can, on this website, you can select what duration was actually done. In this case, it's 3 minutes and 10 minutes. I drop in the 358 and 329 values. The weight doesn't matter in this case. It only matters if we want to know watts per kilogram. So I don't even bother with the weight. I hit the calculate button, and up comes the athlete CP. 316.57 was what's estimated with an anaerobic work capacity of 7.46 kilojoules, which is about right. That suggests he's not way low on that and not way high. So it's likely a reasonable CP test, not underestimated or overestimated. So we're going to use that CP value. By the way, if you use this calculator, this over here, these power training zones, those are specific to cycling. Disregard those for running. It's primarily, this is what you're using this website for. In any case, we're going to now go to look at dropping this in and correcting it. So first of all, he didn't change altitude. His altitude's about 150 feet elevation, or 46 meters. I just put in 50 before and after. Temperature 80 degree Fahrenheit, or I'm sorry, 82 I believe. 82 Fahrenheit is 27.8 degrees Celsius, and 72 degrees Fahrenheit is 22.2 degrees Celsius. I kept the humidity about the same, and when we enter all that in, we get a correction factor of 1.026, or about 2.64% change in what the CP value is. So I'll come over here and just enter what the value was, which was 316.57. I enter that into this calculator, and it converts it straight off to 324.9. So that would be the estimate of what his FTP CP might have been had he performed it in about 72 degree Fahrenheit, 22 degree centigrade or Celsius temperature, with no change in altitude or humidity. So there's a conversion just based on the heat alone. So it gives us an idea. He actually, we've been running with an FTP estimate of 311 watts. So even in the heat, his 316 point is a nice improvement, but had he done it in better conditions, he might have produced an even higher CP estimate, somewhere in the range of 324.9. So there we go. So I could then take that value and base his training off of those particular that heat corrected value. So this page here automatically takes those corrections of CP. I'm sorry, jumped ahead too far. The training corrections right here. So it takes that. This is what his power zones and targets would be based on 316 point. But when it's corrected, heat corrected, we have a 324.9, and here would be the zones here. So if we wanted to then have them run at 94% of this threshold, the target value would be 305 watts. So that's the target value that would be appropriate giving him to hit that 94% of threshold if he were running about 70, 72 degree temperature. The athlete is training for a marathon in October. Hopefully cooler temperatures. But just the same, what I did is I came over here using the from one runner to another race power planner and just some modifications. I plugged in his information and assuming that he catches a day, or he would catch a hypothetical day around 70, 72 degrees. This is his weight. This is his actual distance from his prior marathon. Notice it's a little bit high because his pod measure is just a tad bit long. So I put that in there just to control that. And then I do know that his Rigel exponent is usually 0.0 or minus 0.08 to minus 0.09 for a marathon. And I know he also, his last marathon, he executed with a running effectiveness of 0.98. This marathon is similar in terms of hilliness, this upcoming marathon. So, if all these estimates are correct, again, this is very hypothetical. It's just sort of like, okay, where are you at? Where are you at right now? So his marathon shape right now is approximately, for again 72, 70 degree weather, is approximately 329.10 to 332.29. So that's not really critical at this point in time for training purposes, but it's nice to know just about where you're at, and that way I could tell them, hey man, you're on a you're looking good right now, so let's not try to overextend in your upcoming training. Just stick to the targets. Let's not try to grab too high, reach too high. You're already in a really good spot. His PR for the marathon is 340, by the way. So 332 to 329, those are pretty nice place to be living right now, this far out from October. Of course, a lot happens between now and October, but again, this is just for fun. But what we do know is that when we correct for the conditions, he ran his CP test today, which yielded a 316 point CP estimate, and we corrected for temperatures down to 22.2 or 72 degrees Fahrenheit. His CP is resting right around 324.9 right now. So here's a little example for you on how we worked through this on a person that actually did a CP test today. Hopefully this is helpful for you, and I look forward to getting more out to you. Take care. Bye-bye.